Okay, here's 7.2.2 practice. A circle is inscribed inside a triangle of sides. EF is 3, EG is 7, GF is 8. Determine GB. Okay, you should pause and do the problem and then start it right back up. Okay, here comes the solution. One of the things that we may do right away, that I'm going to do right away, is label. So I'm going to label some different things. Here we go in red. I'm going to label GB, which is X, because that's what I'm looking for. And I'm going to do some things around the side. So let's establish that GF, I believe, is 8. EF is 3. And GE, or EG, is 7. This is 7. Okay. Nice little thing to do here in this problem is to apply the idea that, for instance, G is an external point to the circle, and we know that the tangent segments from G will be congruent. So maybe I'll even change some of the colors here. If this is X, right, that means that GD must also be X. And if we follow this idea around the circle and around the triangle, we simply use algebra to label some of these segments. So if this is X and this is 8, this little piece in here must be 8 minus X. Let that sink in. Sometimes subtraction throws people off a little bit, so 8 minus X. That leaves this to be 8 minus X as well, because F is a point outside the circle, and there are 2 tangent lines from F. Let's bring this in. Let's bring in 3. Whoops, 3. Right, so 3 is the whole length, so the piece up here must be, let's see if I can write this, 3 minus 8 minus X. Maybe you already figured this out. So this is 3 minus 8 plus X, just to simplify things a little bit, or negative 5 plus X. Isn't that cool? And that leaves this little piece. This also has to be negative 5 plus X. And then you're thinking, well, gosh, how do I use all that information? Well, we need the whole thing to be 7. And 7 better be equal to X, that piece, plus negative 5 plus X. Right? So we apply this idea that the whole thing has to be 7. What do we get here? 12, right? Add 5 to both sides equals 2X. X has to be 6. Isn't that cool? Right? So that piece up there is 6. And we will see some problems coming down the pike that are very similar to this one. So if you have to take a look at this video a second time, go right ahead.